All right. I'm so glad tonight to be able to interview my own husband and ask him this question tonight. So before we get started, I'm going to have him introduce himself.
God bless you, everyone. I am Raphael Jefferson. I am the husband of 43 years of Lori Jefferson.
Okay. Thank you for that. And thank you for joining me and agreeing to take part in the interview. I have not asked you these questions already. So it's the first time I'm going to be asking you the questions. So the question tonight is, what is your experience as being Christian and Black? And how will you tie those together? Christian and Black. What is your experience as being Christian and Black?
Well, there's an experience. I was born Black. And when I got saved, I became a born-again Christian. So I've been Black longer than I've been a Christian, but there's an experience of being Black and being a Christian. And when you look at it, the denomination of church and where we are in our culture, most of our churches, as we worship with people we are comfortable with. And as Black people, as being a Christian, and as Christian, we often talk about the race and the separation of races and this, that, and the other. But when we look at most of our churches almost practice segregation ourselves. And that when you look at that, so being a Black Christian, I had to start in the beginning as a pastor. As we were doing field ministry, I was trying to just reach out to just my culture and Black people. And then it was explained to me by my wife that we need to reach out to, if we're going to be in a universal church, that we need to begin. And I learned from that to reach out to everyone, every race, every kind of person, because that's what the Lord wants us to be. Not really a Black Christian, but a Christian, because when we are a Black Christian, we kind of get self-centered and be towards our own. But if I can just start to be a Christian, then I can reach out to and begin to make brothers and sisters from all races.
Okay, that's good. That's good. But how then can we tie being Black and being Christian? How can we tie those two together? Being Black and then being Christian?
Well, we are Christians. We were taught how to be a Christian. And a lot of times we became Christians, and years ago, as people would say, under the oppressor. So we read words about being free and freedom and everything, but yet a lot of times we talk about being oppressed. And we did a Bible study on the other night, and it was talking not just about oppression, but I said oppression is a spirit. And we were talking about the spirit of oppression, and you can be a Black Christian and yet let the spirit of oppression rule in your lives, and it can become a comfort zone. And so I want to, as being, and my experience as being a Black Christian, we still look at things of oppression and things that's going on in this world. And we look at Black Christians and white Christians, who are supposed to be the same. In the eyes of Christ, we are the same, rather, not supposed to be. We are the same in the eyes of Christ. But to me, sometimes Black and white Christians, we are different when it comes to looking in the eyes of each other. We are called Christians by other races, but yet we are still considered minorities.
Right. Yeah, I understand that, because a lot of times our ancestors became Christians, but they became Christians based on, what they believed back then. They began to sing the songs of the ancestors because they were oppressed. So they went to God, they relied on God, and then, we came out. But, some people say, we as the Africans and ancestors came under a white man's God, you know, but as Christians, as you say, we are still, supposed to be one, Christians and black, it doesn't matter, we're black, they're white, but it's the same God, so.
It's yes, it's everybody's God, but we was taught that it was because the white men they allowed us to celebrate God, but they didn't allow us to learn how to read about God. And because when you read about God and when you read the Bible, he whom the Son has made free is free indeed. The Bible talked about freedom and being free from a lot of different things. So we were taught Christianity, but we weren't taught the reading aspects of the Bible. We were taught the Bible to certain degrees, but we weren't taught all of the Bible. We were taught in the Bible how to be. It taught us how to be good workers and good followers and good listeners. And it taught the Bible. We were taught by them how to be obedient, but we weren't taught to them about being free. Thank you.
Thank you, honey. I appreciate you chiming in with me tonight on being Black and Christian.
Thank you, darling.
Dealing with our own ancestors, our own culture, and then being a Christian. So you did a great job. Thank you, baby.
I love you.
All right, thank you so much.